What's up, you guys? Happy Thursday. Just out here roasting in the sun. Forgive the extra sweat. I just almost finishing 2 miles, my longest run in like 6 months. But I wanted to hop on here just to remind you that what you focus on improves, right? And that means numbers. I stopped here. My run, I still have a half a mile to go, or a little less than half a mile, but it's just so pretty, our city. So freaking beautiful with the water and our bridge back there. So awesome. Okay. So a bunch of us raced on Sunday, and you know, it's really important to look at your race results. And you can do this with training too, but you want to look at your data, right? If you have a fancy watch or you have a fancy bike computer, and you don't know what the numbers to look at, you know, it's important. So I have another video in my YouTube channel under biking that says what your bike computer should be telling you. So you can look on there for that one and subscribe to my channel if you would. So I'm not gonna go over all the details, but the idea is you have a plan, right? You have a plan, you know, based on your training and your testing from before, and you go into the race and you set up your plan according to numbers, real numbers, not pie in the sky, not I hope I do this or I hope I do that. But for example, the swim, I hope I hold a 135 per 100 pace for 1,000 yards. That was an example. For the bike, it was 18 miles. I am planning on I was holding like between 145 and 155 watts. That was my goal. And then I didn't run. So, but for example, for someone who did run, their goal was to run sub 10-minute miles off the bike. Okay, so those are your goals. And you actually set up a TriCalc 3 to plan how long you're gonna be out there so you can plan your nutrition. So then you do the race, and there are tons of extenuating circumstances. It's windy, so there's a headwind and a tailwind in different sections. Maybe it's raining, maybe it's extra hot. So, you know, your number, you might not be able to hit your numbers exactly, but you have a plan, and the goal is to follow the plan. And then at the data, you know, I had a lot of athletes that were really upset that they had, compared to what they predicted, they did not have the race results they wanted. And so they were even embarrassed about posting their times. So let's be clear, if you show up and do the race, you already win, okay? I don't want to hear a pity party that, you know, you're so mad, don't show my times. You're only racing against yourself and your last race, or yesterday. 1% improvement from yesterday, you're winning, okay? So showing up and racing rather than staying in bed is already a win. That's number one. Number two, what the race does, if you didn't have a good one, is motivate you to train better, right? So if you didn't have the race results you wanted, and you look at your numbers during the race and your watts, let's say for me, for example, my watts they weren't. I was happy with my results on my bike, but I was conservative. I was in the small ring for a bit, and I was able to hold that 145. So I was perfectly happy, right? But let's say your goal was 150 and you hit 140 watts, but then you had a great run off the bike. Then you know the cost of maybe pushing a little less hard on the bike helped you to have a good run. But most people push way too hard on the bike, and then they should go to the run and they blow up. Now, the run this weekend honestly was so hot, so pretty much everybody blew up. But the cool thing is that almost everybody that was so disappointed in their race results, they all got on the podium because everybody else actually blew up worse. They at least didn't stop. They kept going. They also ran out of water on the course on the run, so that definitely will have a factor. So you have to, you know, think about all those results, all those extenuating circumstances that might not help you hit your targets on the race. And so then, now that we know, okay, we still need a little work running off the bike at the speed we want to for our ultimate goal. So now comes training, right? So now we have a new plan in our training to run harder off the bike in our transition runs, to be prepared, eat more on the bike, to have a stronger run off the bike. If the bike wasn't where you want it to be, then you want to, you want to train your bike, right? So today we actually had a lot of people rest. Hey Heather, how are you? A lot of people rest the whole week and kind of take an easy week. Some people tested in the swim yesterday, and then they tested on the bike today. And I'm excited to go check out their numbers, right? You know, have their watts improved since the last time we tested, typically 6 to 8 weeks ago, right? So numbers, people, numbers. You can watch heart rate. You can pay attention to RPMs on the bike and the run. For the swim, you can look at stroke rate or SWOLF. So SWOLF is your stroke rate and your speed combined. And you want to have as low a number as possible. It can be too low, but in the 30s is awesome. So those are all numbers that you can start paying attention to. And of course, we do that in my program because we have our weekly coach calls to review the data. So no one's guessing. You're not guessing at your performance. You're looking at real numbers. And you guys know the law of attraction. What you focus on expands. So you got to start tracking things. And it's not hard, you guys. And even if you think it's hard, guess what? You can do hard things. I believe in you. All right, you guys. Start checking your numbers. If you are interested, I'm doing another free live 4-day live series August 17th. I think it's either that Monday. I think it's the 18th, the 17th, or the 18th. So please be sure to become a member of Triathlon Obsessed on Facebook, right here on Facebook. And I'll see you then. Wishing you well. Have a great one.